Vampires are literally everywhere at the moment. Of course, I don't mean that literally. You're not going to bump into one at the newsagent. It's just they're about as overused as the contemporary habit of prefixing figurative statements with the word literally, and about as annoying as it too. Vampires have osmosed through pop culture, reaching saturation point about 2 years ago, but continuing to permeate every nook, cranny and fang-shaped orifice to a greater degree with each passing week. In fact, if I was a paranoid man, I might believe that a real cabal of vampires was preparing the world for its emergence from the shadow. In this scenario, I predict that Jedward will be the only ones able to save us, their impenetrable peppiness and distinctive hair fulfilling some kind of prophecy, because everyone knows that the best vampires are teenage factories. That brings us neatly to Fright Night, a 3D remake of a 1980s tongue-in-cheek teen horror comedy. It stars Colin Farrell as Jerry the Vampire, an undead night labourer who gradually dismantles a small suburban Las Vegas neighbourhood. It is left up to Charlie Brewster, a plucky young local lad, to protect his mother and girlfriend. David Tennant, off of the RSC, plays Peter Vincent, vampire expert and Vegas magician. Many have pointed out that he appears to be channeling Russell Brand, although it's hammy enough to be classed as a kind of Captain Jack Sparrow impression of an Englishman. Meanwhile, McLovin off of Superbad does his best to wring all that he can from his gawky youthful looks, playing once again the nerdy friend. Fright Night is a solid 3-star movie, which in a summer of rubbish makes it cinematic ambrosia. It was shot in 3D, so it at least looks decent. The effects are violent and often funny, and while the script does not pop and fizz with humour, it is at least better than average. Fright Night is not exactly scary, but then that's not its intention. It entertains and does not outstay its welcome. Incidentally, I don't like giving Jedward the oxygen of publicity, and think that criticising them is literally as lazy as misusing literally. Thankfully, this review will influence so few people that if they literally did use it as an air supply, they'd be dead within 5 minutes. Although I suspect that Jedward might be immortal just to get on my nerves.